Oh, excuse me. Hey, you want to know what happened to Mr. Bradley down there in Atlanta? At that FANI Willis case on Friday? You want to know? Come on, come on. I'm going to show you.
Here I come, here I come, here I come, baby. My bad, I was hanging with the funny folks. You know the ones that crack jokes and they always broke. You know the ones that bring you down when you utmost. Here I go, here I go, here I go, baby. My bad, I be out there chasing money, y'all. It costs a lot to put this music in front of y'all. Independent lifestyle, yeah, I do it all. Come on, y'all, let's get straight to it.
Yeah. I am Earth Talk 777 777 Studios and Podcast. And I am Earth Zep Teppy, your boy. Now check this out. So, with that being said, that's how you spell the name right there, okay? And I put in a face with the video this time. So, you won't think that I'm some type of AI. Okay? No, I'm just playing. How y'all doing out there, YouTube world and the people on the planet Earth anyway? You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at, wherever you might be watching this at, social media. I don't know, somebody might have shared the video or whatever. But this is Earth Talk, 777 Studios and Podcast for the second time. So, on this podcast, I'm going to let it be known right off the jump. This is a legit podcast. This is a legit channel. You will find the truth here. You will kind of probably find help here. And you probably find some disappointment here too. So, it depends on however you want to, however you want to accept the information. I'm only here just to deliver it. I am an artist, a rapper. My genre is hip hop, R&B, and rap. Not so much of the R&B. But if Mary J. Blige out there, and she wanted to do a track, I gotta jump on it. Who wouldn't? But anyway, with that being said, yeah, this podcast is legit, man. Or this channel is legit. We're gonna be doing everything from podcasts, from music reviews, and the podcast is going to consist of like music interviews with people, even people that's not even into music or into doing podcasts. Like my man got something set up with a guy that's doing horses. There's some people out there around the corner that work with little kids and stuff like that. This for this little area where I'm at right now. I would like to tell you my locations, but that'll come in the future, and I'm pretty sure you'll find out one day. So yeah, but the main reason why I made this podcast is because a lot of people are being misled, not disinformation and not misinformation, not here. But people are being misled, like on a major level. Believe me, I know. I got a job that I know things. I see them. I see it every day. Sometimes I feel bad, but that's what pay the bills. Everybody got to eat. So I ain't doing it. So I ain't worrying about it. It's just a job. So, but anyway, the main reason this channel is up and running now is because when you go on YouTube or when you go on any of these platforms and you're looking for a certain type of material and you don't find it, for instance, how to build a house, and it say right there in the title, how to build a house, and you click on it. And when you click on it, they talking about how to feed a dog or something. And you're like, or they talking about building a house, but they ain't even picked up a screwdriver yet or a hammer. it's very misleading. Like, for instance, there's a lot of celebrity channels out there, a lot of blogs out there. Like, for instance, when there is a coincidence, a bad coincidence, like a death in the mainstream, like, Hollywood type deaths, before you know it, you looking and you see a video with the thumbnail of the person, and then the title, it'd be like, oh, they caught the killer. The killer got arrested here and there. And you're like, oh my God, that was quick. Let me click on it. And then you click on it, and guess what? It'd be some dude just on there talking about, yeah, man, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Ain't saying nothing to do with the title. Now you talking about somebody got arrested, but you ain't show no proof. You ain't show where they got arrested at, what city they in, what police station they might be. You talking about how to feed a pig, all in the title, but you talking about cats and dogs. Very misleading, very misleading. So on this podcast, we're gonna tell y'all what it is. I'm gonna try to give y'all the truth, facts, receipts, with proof. If not, I'm gonna be right here doing it with you. Like, we about to do this right here. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the world. And tonight or today, what we talking about, it's politics. Like I said, we're gonna be doing politics. We're gonna be doing TikToks. We're gonna be doing interviews. We're gonna be doing social media stuff. We're gonna be doing it all. Whatever comes, it comes. That's how we're gonna present it. Ain't no special thing here. We're gonna be talking about anything. But right now, what we're gonna talk about, FANI WILLIS, 2024. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. Y'all best believe it. Because you know why? They want your vote. And they'll tell you anything just to get it. Because they know a lot of people out here, but they can vote. So the mainstream media, they're going to tell you whatever they want to tell you. If they want Joe Biden in there, they're going to try their hardest to get him in there. They're already doing it. Trump got the votes as of right now. I'm just saying. That's what I see. I don't know. When November comes, it comes, right? We don't know. But we can see what's going on out here. It's kind of crazy. Am I a Democrat? No. Am I a Republican? No. I'm for what makes sense. You see what I'm saying? So, while I'm running my mouth, I'm sorry, y'all. While I'm up here running my mouth, we're going to get into it, though. We're going to get into it. Yeah. So, here we go. FANI WILLIS, down there in Georgia, her and Nathan Wade, and all that stuff that's going on down there. Some people say they doing bad things. And I made a video about, when they took the stand. They stories, man, it was wishy-washy. One person said they spent the night, one person said they didn't. And the main thing about that, I'm going to touch bases. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and tell y'all the secret. That's why I put that lady in there, Robin. You see what I'm saying? Because if you listen to it, FANI said it out her own mouth that her and Nathan used to visit that lady before they rented her condo. So That lady saw them two together before she rented the condo. So more likely, that lady probably actually really saw some things. But now they say they don't get along with each other because of bad blood, I guess. She don't work at the place no more. They hate each other now. But the past is the past. If you said that to her, you said it to her. It is what it is. But anyway, I can go on and on with this. Right here. This is Fanny's father. She said, well, my dad come up in here and testify. He gonna show y'all a thing or two. Okay. It didn't go good. It didn't go good at all, y'all. All right. We'll talk about some more later. Let's just get straight to it. Go ahead and refresh this real quick for y'all.
May I approach the witness quickly?
We're gonna go straight through it.
Thank you.
Oh, that was nice of her. They didn't bring him some water. That is Fanny's father. You gotta, hey,
I do.
housekeeping.
Please state the spelling full name for the court. My name is John Clifford Floyd III.
Say, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell the court, are you currently retired?
Oh, it's gonna be a long one, y'all. So
And,
just
prior
you might want to get
being
you some
retired, can you
refreshments.
Tell the court a little bit about, did you work in the legal?
Excuse me
I
while.
was an attorney. I practiced law. I've probably tried 1,000 cases. About 50% of my practice was criminal law. 25% of it
Oh, it's gonna
was
be a long
family law.
It's gonna be good though.
Whatever walked through the front door could pay for it.
Okay.
So right off the jump, he's a lawyer,
Back in 2019,
so he
can you
knows
tell
the
court,
deal.
Did you move here to Atlanta?
I was living in Johannesburg, South Africa, and unfortunately, for some reasons, I could not get an extended visa. When I retired from the practice of law in 2018, I moved to South Africa, and I had to leave South Africa, and I did then come to Atlanta.
Okay, and do you, sir, remember about the time period in 2019 when you moved in with your daughter here in Atlanta?
It would have been the spring or summer of 2019.
2019,
Now, when
summer
you
of
moved
2019.
into, District Attorney Willis's home,
Just remember that.
who lived there?
Well,
Oh, we gonna break it down. Watch.
my daughter lived there. I lived there, and from time to time,
Earth Talk.
my grandchildren would come.
Okay, and did your grandchildren, were they at school coming and going?
Exactly. I think they were in school in various jurisdictions.
And during the time, how long did you live at or with Miss Willis and at her home here in Fulton County?
She was forced to move after she was elected. I don't know if you want me to go through the whole thing, but that, Your Honor, if Your Honor will indulge me. After she was sworn in on January 1 of 2021. And on or about the 3rd of February,
Okay.
at probably 5:30 a.m. in the morning, there were people outside her house cursing and yelling and calling her the B word and the N word, and it was bizarre. Okay, it just.
Sorry, pause, sir. Mr. Urbani, here's the objection to you.
I would say it's effect on listener. He was present while all of these things were occurring, but I can.
No, that's. And he's saying he was personally present to hear these things?
Yes.
Okay, overruled.
From what you described, did you fear for her safety?
Absolutely. I mean, not only did I do that, I mean, the South Fulton police, they brought somebody, a man with a dog, because there have been so many death threats. And they said they
So
were going
many
to blow up
death
the house.
threats.
They were going to kill her. They were going to kill me. They were going to kill my grandchildren. I mean, on and on and on. It just, it became, and I was concerned for her safety.
You know what?
And
Guys, they saying Trump did that.
those can,
You know she try. You know she doing a Young Thug case too. It can be anybody.
that day. You remained at the house?
Yes.
And can you tell the court, with what you just described, why did you remain living at the district attorney's home here in Fulton County?
Mr. Buck?
I believe it's relevant based on.
So I mean, are they saying Trump people doing that,
Ms. Willis as to
or is it Young Thug
about
people?
the
It's a
security
toss
threat
up, or it can be anybody that just don't like the situation.
implied that those threats were not necessarily
I'm believing they thinking it's Trump
real in
people.
the sense that Mr.
I don't know.
remained in the home. There were many questions.
Y'all tell
He
me.
remained, and her children could still come and go to the house. I think it's relevant based to the testimony that was elicited from defense counsels yesterday.
Overruled.
Well,
It can be
these,
anybody, man.
South Fulton police, first they put a car in front of the house that was there permanently.
Got a lot of enemies.
A police car. That was thing one.
Says she's not a nice person.
They
I
brought
don't
a
know.
person with a dog, sometimes more than once a day, twice a day, and they would circle the house to look for bombs. I knew that was a house that my daughter had worked for. It was a brand new house. She's the only one who had ever lived there. It's a 4-bedroom, brand new house, and somebody needed to protect the house, and I stayed there to basically take care of the house, to take care of the yard, to take care of that. Also, somebody sprayed, again, the B word and the N word on the house, and I don't think my daughter even knew that. I cleaned it off and called the police, and South Fulton police, they have, I'm sure, all the records of all the things that happened.
She don't know that? You didn't tell her?
During the time period of 2019
Boy, I don't
the
know.
end of 2020, are you aware if Miss Willis was dating someone?
Yeah, she did. She had a boyfriend when I first got there.
And did you meet her boyfriend?
Yeah, I met him often.
Okay, and did you know him by any specific nickname?
Yeah, Deuce.
Okay, and
Okay.
can you tell the court?
Yeah,
why you
I'm not
said,
trying. Look, I said I wasn't gonna. Look, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
Sometimes every day, sometimes every other day. He was a disc jockey.
You
or
saw him
something, and he
every
had all
day.
this paraphernalia that I'd have to move out. There was a thing with the keyboard. Things that played.
2019.
Now, when you moved in 2019, and then
2019.
years in
Fanny had a
your
boyfriend.
2020, 2021, had you ever met someone named
So-
Nathan Wade?
I did not meet Nathan Wade until 2023.
If it came
about
true.
a year ago, when a reporter
I mean,
by the name of
Fanny's-
Isakov interviewed me. I met him. That was the first time I had met him.
You said that was in
no.
2023?
2023, right?
One, she got two. How many she got? Let me
And
stop, man.
I
I'm
think
just
I met him,
just playing, man. Fanny Wildin.
2023. But when you were living at Miss Willis's house in Fulton County, did you ever meet Mr. Wade in the year 2019?
Absolutely not.
How about in the year 2020?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever see Mr. Wade at Miss Willis's Fulton County house in the year
2019, he never met him.
2021?
Never.
And is it your
2020, he
testimony
never
the
met him.
only time or the first time that you met Mr. Wade was in 2023?
Let me say something.
First time I met him,
Mr. Wade said
2023.
that he remembers seeing me, and I do remember some banter. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and there's kind of this thing that goes on between fraternities. And Mr. Wade is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, and I do remember there was some kind of banter when my daughter was sworn in to be district attorney between me and a couple of guys, and he said he remembers me. I don't remember him.
And prior to that experience that you're talking about, as well as, I guess, your official meeting in 2023, Had you ever even heard his name?
No, never.
I don't think I have any further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Merchant.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
No more questions.
How are you?
Fine. How are you, counsel?
Good, thank you. Just got a couple questions. On Monday, we heard you were in
All
California.
right, these
Do you
Trump
have
people right here.
California?
Look at the judge like,
People always ask me about where do I live. I guess I live right here, sitting in this seat right now.
He's
But
looking like
yes,
this
the
is a
answer
very
is
interesting
I have
person.
a place
Wow.
in Los Angeles.
Okay, you do. All right, so do you share time or split time
no.
between Los Angeles and Georgia?
Actually, I'm working on a documentary film, and I'm supposed to be being filmed not for this trial, but I'm supposed to be being filmed right now. It was planned, and we had to stop it because they asked me to come here. But the answer is I'm
Yo.
working on a documentary.
Y'all
and
messing
I'll be
up his
in
fame now.
California until I finish the documentary. If we don't have another
Pops don't
actor
like that.
strike and we don't have another writer strike.
So do you own property in California?
No, I
Judge,
don't.
it just
I
like
live with
what?
a friend of mine.
Live with a friend of yours. Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you first move? Well, let me qualify with the dates. Did you spend any time in 2019 in California?
No, and the reason I didn't is that when I first came here, the answer is no, I did not. What happened was COVID. Once COVID hit, I was just paralyzed. I couldn't go any place. I couldn't go anything. I mean, I'm a theater buff. I used to go to theater at least once a week. But when COVID hit, I just couldn't. I couldn't go to the dentist, which I need to do. Or, it was just a thing. So I was just stuck. I was just stuck there.
I may be
COVID
wrong,
in
but I'm pretty sure they did it
2020?
in 2020. So I was asking
Right,
about
right,
2019.
right.
In 2019, did you spend any time in California?
Before COVID was even here in the United States, remember I lived in South Africa and I've traveled the world. I knew COVID was coming before. I knew COVID was around
What?
before. They may have announced it in 20, but in fact, I knew about it and I knew what was happening in 19.
Okay. So let's just focus in on the period from, let's just
Bro,
start with
okay,
October
okay.
2019. Okay, we'll call that the relevant period.
Okay.
October 2019 until the end of 2019. Were you
He knew it was
in Georgia
coming.
every single day? of
So
that
I
year?
mean, I thought
let's move to
COVID. They said the early case of
Okay.
COVID
And
was
every
like
single day
the
before you
possibility
went,
was
every
like
single day in
September
2019,
or something,
you
2019.
Correct.
That's the earliest.
So
But
let's
you
start with
came in the
2020.
summer.
All right. So 2020, the entire year, did you travel anywhere?
No.
You didn't travel at all that year.
COVID wasn't in the summertime
And I
of
didn't go to the movies,
2019.
which upset me also.
I guess he. I don't know, man.
So that entire year, 2020, you remained here in Georgia.
Right.
In 2021, did you do any
The
travel?
early case was September 19. I mean,
No.
2019.
I don't want to interrupt you.
He
but
said he came to
what I'm
America in
asking is-
2019 in the summertime.
Well, it's not what you moved there for.
Well, you keep saying moved. I haven't moved to Los Angeles. I spent more time in California, in Oakland, if you really want to just be,
Oh,
because
boy.
Peter is basically San Francisco based. So we're working on the documentary.
Okay.
I don't know.
You said that you met Mr. Wade.
That COVID threw me
that
off.
You remember
It threw
you
me
met
off.
in 2023, right?
It's kinda-
That was the
it's
first
kinda-
time you remember? Okay. And
kinda
I wasn't
fishy
really
right there.
clear. You said something about meeting him. Was it with Mr. Isikoff or did Mr.
I don't want to say he lying,
You
but
know,
he's kind
I
of
was
fishy.
being interviewed by Mr. Isikoff.
Okay.
And he walked in, and I met him. That was the first time. He walked into the office and
Where were you being interviewed?
at the district attorney's office.
And Mr. Wade walked into that interview?
Yes.
And so Ms. Willis had not told you about Mr. Wade prior to that.
Absolutely not.
So she didn't tell you anything about their relationship before you met him that day.
No.
But Mr. Wade remembers meeting you in 2020.
He said that at my daughter's swearing in. I do remember.
I
that
must have
they
missed
had
some of this.
banner
I mean,
about
I put it
fraternity,
together, but
other than that,
Oh, at your
I'm not
daughter's
been paying
swearing in.
attention.
right.
Man, this some.
It was unclear.
So he ain't meet him until 2023.
It's unclear to me. When did you stop?
Like 7 weeks
living
ago, he said.
At what I would call your daughter's home in South Fulton.
Okay, I think that's Trump
Things
lawyer right
got
there.
so bad, and threats got so many, even against me, that the house became basically uninhabitable. I got tired of sleeping in one room one day and one that. I would say December of 2022, something like that.
December of 2022.
Right.
Neighbors, why the neighbors ain't calling police or something? Look, we think just terrorizing the neighborhood. Nobody's saying nothing like that. I mean, God, dog. We get gunshots and stuff, but dog.
When was she sworn in as district attorney?
On January 1, 2021.
Okay. And did you indicate that there was an incident, and I know you've described it, was that incident on February the 3rd, 2021?
That's my best recollection.
Okay. So my question then is, after February 3rd of 2021, how much longer did Miss Willis stay at the house before she moved somewhere else?
Very short period of time, and I cannot be precise, but I would bet all the money I ever made, it wasn't more than a month and a half, if that long.
Okay, so we're talking about, best of your recollection, end of February into the beginning of March, give or take, of 2021, when Miss Willis would have moved to a different location.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Do you know how long she stayed at the first place that she went to after she left her house before she moved to a second place?
What I know, and this is hearsay, counsel, is that my daughter has had to move something like 4 times.
But do you know any potential?
She had to move 4 times in the year?
I was taken one time for Christmas Day.
Well, what's it?
I've only seen my daughter, and this is very hard for me to say.
She moved 4 times.
But
Let me see, 21.
during the period my daughter left, I've only seen my daughter.
Okay, I guess
13
that's
times.
possible.
Because I can't, and we've never seen each other more than maybe 3 hours because of, the nightmare threats against her and me.
And I understand that, and from the perspective of being a father
I mean, I
myself,
feel you,
I
okay,
understand what that means.
nobody like to be threatened
I'm
now,
gonna move
but-
away from that. I was just trying to get an idea of dates.
Trying to see,
Okay,
see what's
so let me
going
try
on.
to get one more date. In 2020,
Cause I ain't gonna, y'all
when you
stories
were
sound the
being
same.
by
The
one of
exact
gentlemen
same.
that wrote the book at the DA's office, and Mr. Wade came in. Can you give us, other than 2023, what the date would be?
I'm sorry, I can't, counsel.
How about spring, summer? Any idea?
I would guess spring or summer, but I can't. I don't. I'm sorry.
And you've already indicated, at least to your recollection, that was the first time that you'd met Mr. Wade.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you about that. I want to go to Miss Willis's boyfriend that you referenced. Okay, you met Miss Willis's boyfriend, as you've characterized it, when you came here in 2019.
Correct.
And you met him on one occasion, several occasions?
Oh, no, I saw him often.
Oh, so you mean there was no secret that she was dating this man?
Not from me.
Not from you.
Yo,
Your daughter didn't keep him,
Hey.
correct?
No.
No, I mean, there was no doubt he...
I mean,
So-
my daughter and I lived in the same house. I mean, he came and went,
Right. Now, when did you learn that your daughter had a romantic
From
personal
2019
relationship with Mr. Wade?
to
About 7 weeks
2023,
ago when as a
she
matter of
never told her father that she was humping that Nathan Wade,
fact,
man.
other folks found out. Okay.
That is, your daughter,
That's,
as
I
I
mean,
understand it, never told you one time
like 4
in the
years.
year of 2022 that she was dating Mr. Wade, correct?
That's correct.
It's almost 4 years.
Until recently, you didn't know from anyone, including your daughter, that she dated Mr. Wade, correct?
That's correct.
That is, whatever the relationship is between father and daughter, she kept that a secret from you, correct?
Correct.
That's all I need to know.
Good morning, Counsel.
When your daughter moved
Oh,
or
boy.
left the house that she owned,
I told
she
you, it
say
didn't go
anything to you
good.
about
It
having
didn't
a
go
large,
good.
savings of cash?
From what I have seen, it didn't go
No,
good.
no. See, maybe, excuse me, and Your Honor, I'm not trying to be racist, okay? But it's a black thing, okay? You know, I was trained, and most black folks, they hide cash or they keep cash, and I
Ooh.
trained. You always keep some
Look,
cash.
man, time
I've been
changed.
places-
I don't care, no cash on me.
Color of my skin. For example, I took a fellowship.
Number
in
plastic. You
when
gotta
my
get it from.
daughter was
You gotta go
just,
get it from the bank, man.
If I might, Your Honor.
You wanna rob me? You gotta rob that bank, man. I ain't got nothing
she
on
was
me.
just, you know, maybe 3 years old.
I
And I
got-
remember going to a restaurant.
Well, you know,
in Cambridge,
got something on you.
Massachusetts, And I
Got
had
something on me.
American Express credit
But it ain't no
card,
cash, though.
Maybe a Visa or whatever. And I had a lot of what they call traveler's checks. I don't even know if they still have traveler's checks, but traveler's checks. And there was a sign said, you know, it was a
that's
credit
cool.
card. For whatever reasons, the man would not take my American Express credit card. So I pulled out my Visa card, and he wouldn't take my Visa card. So then I pulled out my traveler's checks. He said, "We don't take checks." Now these were traveler's checks. This was money. I had a $10 bill. I'll never forget
Black
this
and
as
white
long
thing
as I
right there.
live.
Okay.
And
see
he
where that's
said,
going.
the bill for my wife at the time, Fani's mother, Fani, and myself was like $9.95, and I had a $10 bill. That was all that. I always remember that.
That's precise. That is precise.
Even before that, I've always kept cash. You know, and I've told my daughter, "You keep 6 months worth of cash." Always.
That is precise.
that
$9.95, and you just had a $10 bill. Just so happened. Yo, man.
Good morning, Consul. How are you?
Just fine. Just a few questions following up.
Let me stop.
You were talking about when you learned about Mr.
is
Wade
precise.
and your daughter, correct?
Correct.
Now, did
When
your
did he give him
daughter
some
tell
change?
you in around October of 2022 that she had gone on a Caribbean cruise with Mr. Wade to
Man,
the Bahamas?
Oh,
The answer is I knew that my daughter had gone, but I did not know who she went with or what the circumstances
Now, this
were.
what I
knew
saw.
that
I
she
saw
had
this
gone
part.
out of town, but I didn't know with whom.
I see. And did she tell you in November of 2022
Watch,
that
this-
she had
this-
gone to Aruba and stayed
Now-
at
now this get real. It get real now.
resort there in Aruba for 3 days with Mr. Wade? Did she tell you that?
The answer was, again, I knew she went out of town. I didn't even know where she went. I knew she was going out of town. She told me she was going out of town. I think she might have said she was going out of the country or something. She'd be going. But other than that, that was all.
Okay. And did she tell you in March of 2023 that she was going to Belize for several days with Mr. Wade?
I'm not
It's the
sure,
Same
but-
answer that I knew she would tell me she was going out of town, and she may or may not have told me where she was going, but she'd be gone for a couple of days.
Okay. Now in 2023,
It's sad. That's sad, because you know why?
Many days you would be out
Because-
in California, correct?
Some days I'd be in California, correct?
Okay. Well, did she tell you in May of 2023 that she was traveling to Napa Valley with Mr. Wade, so maybe y'all could see each other when she visited
Napa's in California.
with Mr. Wade?
The answer is no.
And so the first time that you ever met Mr. Wade or learned about Mr. Wade, to your recollection, was in 2023?
That's correct.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
oh my God. So basically, on some of them trips, all the trips she went on, she went to trips with
it's kind of difficult.
with his
Can you
sister
turn your screen on though?
and his mama.
Trying to.
She didn't invite her dad on none of them trips, but she went with Nate and mama and sisters and family. I guess she said forget her family, but I thought they weren't safe for them to go places. But she went on a cruise with she said she went on a cruise with Nathan's mom. She didn't even tell her dad.
Does that work?
That's crazy.
Just to hold one more moment. All right, there we go. You can proceed, Mr. Kucherov.
See, that's
Sir,
not cool.
you seem to know about the issue of cash in this transaction. You said it was a black thing.
Ain't no
How
black.
did you know that the cash was going
I
to
don't
be
care
an issue in this
cash on me.
testimony?
Because I was asked for it and I was prepped by the lawyers and they asked me about it.
What?
What else?
Time out.
And did you speak with Mr. Wade about your testimony?
No.
Did you speak with your daughter about your testimony?
Bro. No.
She may have been present when the lawyers were. I really don't remember.
No.
If Mr. Wade and your daughter were dating, you wouldn't have known that unless your daughter told you.
No. That's it.
What do you? Maybe I'm not understanding your question, counsel. So maybe you want to restate. What is it that you're asking me?
Yeah, if it wasn't clear, I can re-ask the question. I'll rephrase it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mr. Wade,
Like
if Mr. Wade and your daughter
it's
were
like a
dating,
TV show, man.
you wouldn't have known that unless your daughter told you.
I did not know that they were dating. And when were you talking about the cash? I didn't know that. I don't know what you're asking.
You just did. You
What
just
I
said you knew
told
about the
my
money.
Child. From the
You said
time
they
she was
told
a
you.
child,
You said they
is
told you.
always have some money. Always have some money. If you go on a date so that people don't try to stick you and you want to leave whoever, always keep some cash, okay?
Yo.
Mr. Floyd, you answered the question that the attorneys prepped you for that, so that's all I wanted to know.
Mr. Sheriff.
That's it, Your Honor.
Yo. That testimony get thrown in the trash. I don't know.
The disc jockey, had you not been living with her, correct?
That's correct.
I'll allow overruled.
I have nothing further.
Did he answer the question?
He said that's correct.
All right, by points only. Ms. Merchant.
I just want to know when.
Let me see. Well, how much time is that? Okay, yeah, it's
When
about
this
to
prep
be it.
session was.
I just got off the plane on, what was it, Tuesday night? I think I was probably drooling at the mouth. I was so tired. So it must have been. I got
Yo,
it
I'm
Wednesday.
done. I'm
It must have been
done.
Wednesday.
Okay. And did you talk about any of the testimony from yesterday or watch any news reports or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. You can't cut
What?
the TV on without seeing this. The first thing, and I listen to conservative
No.
radio a lot, and last night for 5
bet
hours.
Fanny
the
pulling her
all
hair
we
out
talked
right
about
now.
was this case.
So you were aware of what the testimony your daughter gave yesterday was?
Yeah, unless you don't cut the radio on, unless you don't cut the television on, unless you
You a
don't
witness,
read the
you're not
AJC
supposed to-
or any other New York Times or whatever, which I do every day. Yeah, of course.
So is it fair to say nobody instructed you that you were under the rule of sequestration?
Right, and I'm not under subpoena either.
Thank you.
Oh Lord.
All right, anything else? Seeing and hearing none. Thank you, Mr. Floyd.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
This is look. Time out. Time out. He said they prepped him. They told him what they gonna be asking him. They told him almost pretty much what to say. And he said he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. He's already a lawyer. So come on. Then look. Then Fanny went on the trips. I remember her saying she was talking about the trips. She said she went on the trip with Nathan, his mama, on one trip. And then she went on a trip with him and his sisters. Didn't take her daughters. I don't know, did she ask her daughters? She went to Napa. Napa's in California. I think he said in 2020 or 2021, one of them. And her dad was there. And you dating the dude. By then, y'all going on trips. Y'all going on trips out of town. Yeah, come on. See, they can fool. See, like I'm now I can agree with the pops. It's a black thing now. So you try to tell me that you went on them trips. Y'all just drunk some wine and talked about the Trump case. Yo. Anyway, man, that was her father. I told you, man. See, a lot of people said that day 2 wasn't nothing. Nah, it was nothing to see there. No, day 2, yo, he said that they prepped him. That means like if me and you, whoever, if I was with you and we had to go to court and they left us alone in a room and they forgot, and I'd be like, look here, yo, dog, yo, I'm gonna say this right here. You know what I'm saying? So you say that right there, bam. You know, I'm gonna do this right here, bam. And you gonna do this right here, bam. We're gonna talk about the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell them that I told you for 10 years, you know what I'm saying, to keep you some money underneath the mattress in the shoebox by the left sock over there, underneath the dresser. Yo, man, come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. People will fall for this stuff. Now, is he lying? I don't know. But if you think you're lying, I don't even want to say put it in the comments, man. This is whatever, man. Y'all, hey, man. But if you like the video, you can like and subscribe and all that other stuff. I mean, I'm not begging people to do all that. I don't do that. You know, I'm okay. I'm okay. I got a job. You know, I'm okay. I mean, if y'all wanna, hey, it's up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that being said, speaking of stuff, look at here. Before we move on to Bradley, I'm gonna explain it to you in a minute. But before we jump over to Bradley, man, y'all go ahead. Whenever you got time or whatever on your hands, you know you're not really doing anything or whatever. You want to hear some good music and stuff like that. Y'all go over here and check out my Spotify thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We're available on all platforms. Like I said, I am an artist, you know, and my numbers be moving up and down. Like, I don't know. People listen, they don't. They do, you know. But we got some bangers on there, you know, as you see. I just released that song, In Denial. It's pretty dope, you know. Got a Heart, that's pretty dope. Time to Separate. Everybody pumping that right now, you know. You know, these tracks only been out for about 6 months or so, you know what I'm saying? So we building it up, man. Shout out to Ace K, you know what I'm saying? He be doing his thing. Halo, the producer, you know. Yeah. KD, the producer. You know, EOV Fred. You know, we got a song on there called America, man. It's a banger, man. It's a banger. Yeah, but when you get time, man, you know, like I said, we on all platforms, all the social media. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, almost everywhere, Instagram, you know. Anyway, you know, Pandora, iHeartRadio, anything, basically anything that you're streaming, that you're using for your streaming services to listen to some good music or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Only thing you gotta do is Google Earth Zep Tappy, and you'll find it. We got some bangers, man, for real. But with that being said, oh boy, let's get into the meat and potatoes now, man. So let me break down the story for you, real quick. I'm gonna do it quick, so we can get in here and get on out. Cause this is gonna be this a long one right here. This is a quite big one, but it's wild though. It's wild though. You gotta really pay attention to this one. So here's the backdrop. Here's the story. Nathan Ray was married. He said that his wife cheated on him. She said she didn't cheat on him. Him and Fanny, you know, Nathan had his divorce records sealed. So one of Trump, you know, when Fanny got the 18 co-defendants with Trump, one of the co-defendants found out about the divorce. they found out the case was sealed. They trying, if you were investigating me, and I'm a prosecutor, and you are a defense lawyer or whatever, y'all gonna spy on each other. Y'all gonna try to figure things out, see who you up against. You see what I'm saying? Of course you gonna know who you up against. If you got beef with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to figure out, who is this dude, or who these people is. So I know how to move. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. The art of war. Come on, stop playing. So they try to go over there and get some information, but the judge in the divorce case, he's like, or he or she's like, that stuff's sealed up. You can't get it. They sealed that up. And he's like, what? A divorce case? Ain't no way. Unseal it. So the judge was like, they right. Unsealed it. And they found out all this little information. You see? So Nathan hired the dude, Bradley, to be his lawyer. So now they got like attorney-client privileges. Well, he can't say nothing. So it's like every time Trump and them gonna ask him something, watch, you gonna see. Now watch this one. He gonna be like, he can't answer it. He getting he getting death threats. People calling him. Somebody, man, don't forget that privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because hey. People can't die out here. It's real. It's real. Come on. Y'all see what's going on out here in the world. This stuff is real out here. So, this is ugly. And then he was like on their side. I'm gonna tell you. Let's just get into it. I ain't gonna even hold you no more. I ain't gonna even hold you. Let's just go. And refresh it. Hit the refresh button on you. Let's get it going.
We talked about Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade coming to and from your office and security details.
Now that lady lawyer, she's the one that found out all this information. They said that she was lying. She never talked to that guy. He was talking to her.
No,
Just asking if you recall.
See, they all know each other. This is a Georgia thing.
Security taking Ms. Willis to your office.
I'm going to object to that.
Only people that really ain't from down there is like Trump people.
But you can answer the question, sir.
I do recall.
Now that lady right there, she's from Georgia though. They know each other.
Ms. Willis in my office.
Do you recall approximately when that was?
I do not.
And was that on more than one occasion?
There you go. That's Nathan. That's Bradley right there.
I remember.
Now they was friends,
2 occasions.
but they not friends no more.
Can you tell me about that?
They used to work. Him and Nathan used to work at the same law
I
firm.
can't remember when they were.
Were they before she became DA?
So I don't know if she had a security detail before she became DA. So, if she was sworn in.
He's supposed to be the key star witness
dates, but I do remember
for Trump and them, but he can't talk. And the bad thing about it,
I think she was DA.
he's still helping
During her transition
Nathan and them
period, was that?
by being quiet. But they say some of the stuff is attorney talk, and some of the stuff is what up, bro talk. That what up, bro talk, you got to say that in court.
She would have had to have been.
Or you lying and you're gonna perjure yourself or something like this.
I think.
He's gonna lose all his licenses, his businesses.
I remember twice.
He's gonna get barred from the bar.
Her coming to our office, correct?
No, like really, like the lawyer term bar. He gonna lose all his licenses if they find out he lying. They did him dirty.
Yes, she has a security team with her.
Watch out.
Do you recall talking to me about other people that might have known about their romantic relationship?
I recall.
See? Ooh, wait.
Yeah,
Look.
objection based
Right
on
there.
the source.
it's either based on privileged information or it's hearsay. Neither one is.
It's neither. I asked if he recalls.
You need to clarify. If
So,
you're actually going to think
he asked, so she asked him, do he know, do other people know about it? Or do he know that other people know about them too? He's like,
Are you
yeah.
aware of other people that you believe would have known about when their relationship began?
I object to the
See, it's
relevance
weird.
of that.
They gonna object
The
to
witness
everything.
testified He has no firsthand information of it. Anything he knows about the topic came from representation. Who he thinks might have been able to say something else is speculation, not relevant to anything, and a backdoor to get in the gossip and innuendo that has been pretty much this entire.
I'm gonna try to explain it the best way I can.
Ms. Merchant, I think we're getting to the point where, you know, the reason I thought this line of questioning was appropriate was to rebut certain inferences about
Weird.
why we were here in the first place.
Right.
But to go into it at the granular level, I'm not as wild about. So if maybe you can ask more overarching questions, and if you have anything else you think that's relevant, then you can get to those as well.
Isn't it true that I gave you a copy of the motion to disqualify in this case? I emailed it to you, and you read it, reviewed it, and emailed me back that everything in it was accurate, to your knowledge.
You emailed me.
He's a lawyer too, y'all. So,
And
Objection.
Okay. All right.
and she emailed him her motion to disqualify Nathan and Fanny. And when he looked at it, he was like, it looked pretty good.
And I believe I still have to ask questions, and then if he wants to insert the privilege.
Yeah, you did on spot. You did on.
Established the privilege and the objection has been made, and I think it's a valid one at this point based on the record. So, the answer
But he
was-
can't say nothing because don't nobody know what him and Nathan talked about when they doing the divorce cases and all that stuff. That's crazy. Like he want to say it, but
You
he's
had knowledge
scared.
about an apartment.
They
I'm
talking
not
about they gonna
asking
kill him or
what
something.
Mr. Wade told you in
I
furtherance
guess,
of
I
legal
don't know.
advice, but you had knowledge about an apartment in East Point or a condo in East Point that was owned by someone, and Miss Willis was.
I don't know. This is for entertainment purposes only, and education.
I think in the way
Enlighten
the question
yourself.
was raised,
That's all I'm saying.
She qualified that, so.
I did not have knowledge.
If you into this,
Had knowledge.
I did not have personal knowledge at all. No,
So no knowledge outside of what is privileged.
that's correct.
Did you have text?
so personal knowledge is like
yourself,
what he
Willis,
know himself, not what he talked about with
Have you ever?
I have.
with Nathan.
Maybe once or twice, but
So they could be talking about the divorce
Mr. Wade
case.
ever asked to use your credit card to pay for trips?
They could be talking about the divorce case, and be like, "Damn, bro,
Just asking.
Fanny got a fat Fanny,"
In the nature of furthering our divorce.
and they can be like, "Well, did he say that?" Be like, I can't tell you.
business card.
At that time, at that particular time, we was talking about the divorce case.
The firm would use my.
But if you was at a bar, and he said it, you can say it then. That's this boy.
Are you asking if I use my business card for travel?
Would Mr. Wade use your business card for travel?
Boy, look.
I recall.
Come on, man. Can't say nothing. That is. This is
recall
like a
trip. But I don't know if that trip.
Oh, well, don't worry
has
about
anything
it.
To do with this case.
Trump lawyer.
So I do recall him using
That man know
my
how to,
card
boy.
once.
Them
What was
people, told you to come after them big dogs, boy. They know how to get. They know how to get with you.
I recall him using my card once, but I cannot remember what that was for. I do remember it was a trip, but I cannot actually state.
So Fanny paying them the money, and they got to split the money.
Anything like that.
So Nathan used his card to buy stuff. That's crazy.
I can't remember how he paid. I think it was. I mean, I'm not certain if it was cash or a check. We routinely would use my card for filings, for paper, for whatever stuff with the office.
But this
And
was
so,
oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're done. Sorry.
and so he would, whether he paid me back in cash or whether he wrote a check, it was paid back to the business card.
But this was the only time he had used it for travel.
Man, come, dude.
I cannot recall. I don't even have that business card anymore.
He know. I bet he know. I bet he know. He just can't. Man. I bet he know.
And you had knowledge about an apartment. And I'm not asking what Mr. Wade told you in furtherance of legal advice, but you had knowledge about an apartment in East Point or a condo in East Point that was owned by someone, and Miss Willis was staying there.
Look at him. He know. Look.
Judge privilege.
I think in the way the question's phrased.
He like, I can't answer that right there.
I did not have knowledge.
You did not have knowledge.
I did not have personal knowledge at all.
He didn't know.
So no knowledge.
But Nathan probably told him.
Did you have text
He can't say nothing.
between yourself, Miss Willis, and Mr. Wade?
You can see it in his face.
Have you ever?
I have. Maybe once or twice, but
Did Mr. Wade ever ask to use your credit card to pay for trips?
Objection.
On
On privilege, I think we still the same thing.
just asking to use your credit card, how's that in the nature of?
I ain't saying that man's scared, but man, he got a look on his face like
I have a business card.
there's a lot of beef out there. Damn,
we
man.
use my business card.
I'm just trying to hold it down.
The firm would use my business card.
For travel?
Probably thinking, man, we got all this mess.
Are you asking if I use my business card for travel?
Would Mr. Wade use your business card for travel?
Ooh. Bro! Yo, just
Call. I recall a trip, but I don't know if that trip has anything to do with this case.
I'm gonna explain some stuff to you before I get off here.
Watch.
Watch.
Him using my card once.
When was that?
And I don't even know when that was.
Because honestly, this is sad too. This is.
I recall him using my card once.
That's bad.
But I cannot remember what that was for.
I'm gonna try my best to try to explain it to you
But I cannot actually state, where it was and who it was with.
Because I'm not no lawyer. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
For that trip in cash?
I do watch a lot of lawyers.
I can't remember how he paid. I think
You know what I'm saying?
it was. I mean, I'm not certain.
When it comes to these things, I be watching the people that be reading them documents.
Routinely,
them docket papers.
My card for filings, for paper, for whatever stuff with the office.
But this
And
was
so,
oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're done. Sorry.
and so he would, whether he paid me back in cash or whether he wrote a check, it was paid back to the business card.
But this was the only time he had used it for travel.
Oh, wait. You pausing too long for me, man.
I cannot recall. I don't even have that business card anymore.
Nah. Bro.
And you had knowledge about
You
an
look
apartment.
mad as
I'm
hell,
not asking what Mr. Wade told you in furtherance of legal advice, but you had knowledge about an apartment in East Point or a condo in East Point that was owned by someone and Miss Willis was staying there.
Judge, privilege.
I think in the way the question's phrased, she qualified that, so.
I did not have knowledge.
You did not have knowledge.
I did not have personal knowledge at all.
He didn't have personal knowledge. He didn't know.
What is privileged?
That's correct.
But whatever they talked about as attorney-client privileges,
Yourself, Ms. Willis, and Mr. Wade.
Nathan probably didn't tell him something that he can't say.
Have you ever?
I have.
Because they was friends too, you know, they was
Once
homies.
or twice, but
Lock it in.
Did Mr. Wade ever ask to use your credit card to pay for trips?
Objection.
On
On privilege, I think we still the same thing.
just asking you to use your credit card, how's that in the nature of furthering a divorce proceeding?
Privilege, I'll leave it.
I had a business card.
They had checked
and
everything.
We would use my business card.
A check.
The firm would use my business card.
For travel?
Are you asking if I use my business card for travel?
Would Mr. Wade use your business card for travel?
Look, boy, they top-notch lawyers, but they don't know nothing right now.
I recall.
Don't remember nothing.
I recall
That's
a
not,
trip.
let me stop laughing because it ain't funny. It ain't funny. I feel bad for that man like that, man.
That trip has anything to do
Yeah,
with
somebody probably try to unalive him,
this
man.
case.
The man they sending him unalive letters and phone calls, man.
Correct?
In and out of my office or the DA's office?
The DA's office.
Correct.
You saw them together in and out of the DA's office?
Did I see them in and out?
Yes.
Well, if you preface it like that, no. I saw him in and out of the office when I would be there doing my filter work for the tank team.
Okay.
He would come by. I rarely saw Miss Willis and Mr. Wade together in the DA's office.
So,
See, he holding it down for him, man.
was Mr. Wade, to your knowledge, part of the transition team for Miss Willis?
Watch, and they gonna throw him underneath the bus. I'm just watch. I'm just saying, dog. That's why I made
You
it.
spent a lot of time at
I
the
made this
office
video so y'all can see, man. They gonna throw him underneath the bus.
So
Watch.
from when Ms. Willis took office to when you left the firm, did Mr. Wade spend most
Gonna
of his
burn
time
him,
in the
man.
office?
Because Trump lawyer got to
You're
him.
saying just working business hours,
Yes,
or
working
Boy,
with
Trump lawyer is something
I would
else.
say he spent. I would probably say he spent majority of time. If you say over 51%, I would say yes, he spent over 51% of his time.
Okay. And that was the entire time from when she took office to when you left the firm?
I can't say that was the entire time, but yes, it was majority of. It was a. I mean, I can't pinpoint specifically when the time that he would spend. I think if my memory serves correctly, getting to the majority of the time, it would have been whenever he started with this, maybe.
As a special prosecutor?
When you say majority of the time.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the time before he became special prosecutor. Did he spend a lot of time at the DA's office then?
He spent time. I mean, it depends on what you say is a lot. He spent time at the DA's office, correct?
Man, you know.
I can't say that there is or isn't. What I do know is that we did first appearance during COVID, and it was before 2021. So I don't know.
COVID. Before he said before COVID. Before COVID is
if I had a
2019.
a written contract at that particular
Right.
time or
Oh.
anything, but I do know. I think that it's. You could look at the recordings because everything was recorded at that time.
He said before
as to
COVID.
when the first appearance contract
I have to go back
started
and watch it.
and the tank contract started.
So when the three of you were partners, you had at least 2 contracts to do taint work, which is filter work, and then at least 2 contracts to do first appearance work. Pretty much
Contracts.
throughout the entire 2 years.
Watch it.
Well, it
I ain't gonna
renewed,
say that. I'm just
so,
gonna. I ain't gonna need to hold you. If you.
It just renewed.
This video is for those that need to, they ain't seen it and want to just get a real quick update on things.
And so how did you? And you said you got these contracts through Miss Willis gave them to you, but it was through her knowing Mr. Wade, correct?
Bro, how else you get them?
Yes.
How else you get them? Of course you get.
In the same fraternity, Gabe and I. And when he called, it was out of the blue. But he did call, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you relayed
Just
that
that
to me
phone
as well,
call or
correct?
something about look.
I did.
And then you also got a call from your best friend who was relaying a message to you from Mr. Wade, correct?
No, I got a call saying that he got a call, not that a message that was supposed to be relayed to me. The call was,
I'm going to check if there's a hearsay. It's the responsible call for hearsay. Thus far, it hasn't. but-
Man, you look white as a ghost,
So here's the
man.
objection as to the contents of the call, Ms. Merchant.
I believe the contents of the call were to remember your privilege. I took that as a threat. I think Mr. Bradley took it as a threat, and I think he would testify to that.
Well, he hasn't testified to it, and he also said there wasn't any message relayed by Mr. Wade or any party.
Well, no, he didn't say it was by any
You're right,
party.
Mr. Wade.
So, assuming he did hear something.
No,
from
man.
the party, what's the hearsay exception for that?
Right, like you can throw them hands too,
I
though,
believe that
boy.
it's a threat, so it's a statement against interest.
No.
I'm sorry, it's a, if he took it as a threat to influence his testimony, then it's not hearsay, then it would be admissible.
All right, so
I did not take it as a threat.
if you're saying it's to the effect on the listener, perhaps,
Yes.
then we'll go from there.
Were you
Oh, they
told to
said
remember
it.
your
They said he in the courtroom.
Then the witness just testified he didn't take it as a threat.
Understood. I'll overrule the objection. The
That's
testimony
why he
from the party
nervous.
deserves.
They said they said somebody was in the courtroom that called
Can you
him.
repeat the question?
Were you told to remember your privilege?
Your Honor, can we,
I was not.
a witness, there may be a potential witness now in the courtroom because the person that Ms. Merchant is referring to is sitting
See,
in the courtroom.
look at that.
If that was
They
something
saying that the
to
dude, somebody,
announce any
whoever
such
called them,
I don't know who it is.
these folks in Atlanta is crazy.
Okay, and so were you told anything to that?
Said the man is in the courtroom. That's why he acting, boy. Look,
Repeat the question one more time, but so I
bro,
was not
don't even
told
play, man.
to
Don't,
remember my
don't.
privilege.
Something about privilege, remembering that.
I do recall privilege being mentioned, but it wasn't remember your privilege or, a threat of any sort.
But you immediately called me after.
No, I called someone else after.
You called me quickly thereafter then.
I talked to you that day, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh. Yo.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Hey.
No, because it's
Getting real, boy.
The state's
It's getting real.
first cross.
Real in the field, man.
I think that's how we had been doing it yesterday.
No, actually, we're doing it just this way.
Yeah, I've been.
Okay.
This is the first time he's gone, and then we go through all the defense, and then you'll have your chance.
Dog, man, it's real in the field. Those people need to pay attention to this.
Questions to begin with, please.
It's Trump lawyer right there, y'all.
Your
Watch
testimony is
this,
you began
man.
Representing Mr. Wade as his attorney on what date or what approximate date?
This dude crazy.
I didn't have an approximate date.
And give me an approximate date when you began acting as Mr. Wade's attorney.
Hey, look how he be looking through the room. That's
I would say it was,
he be looking through the room like he be looking at folks like.
if I'm speculating,
I really don't want you to speculate. I mean, you're the one that was the attorney, and Mr. Wade was the client.
Correct.
So give us the ballpark figure of when it was that you began acting as his attorney.
Maybe 2017, 2018, I think, maybe.
And the purpose for which you were retained?
His divorce.
So, according to you, from that time period, your communications with Mr. Wade with regard to the divorce or any matters related to the divorce, it's your position are confidential, are privileged, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Now, did you ever meet with Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade prior to, and everything I'm asking you is prior to November of 2021, okay? Keep that in mind. That's.
Why are you yelling?
I don't think he's yelling, Mr. Brother. He's just
Yo.
speaking up. All right, Mr. Seth,
Yo.
let's go.
Thank you. Prior to Mr. Wade getting his contract with Fulton County, which was November 1st of 2021, okay? Just please keep that in mind.
November 1st of 2021.
Right. Did you ever socialize with Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis prior to November 1st of 2021?
I've never socialized with Mr. Wade or Miss Willis in any setting. If you're asking, have
He
I
said
ever
Miss
met with them,
Willis.
then I would say yes. But when you say
Ain't got nothing to
socialize,
do with
what do you
that
mean
lady.
socialize?
Have you ever gone out to eat with both of them?
Before
Say
2021,
like, bro, that's all Nathan right there. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
out to eat with both of them before. When was she sworn in? I'm sorry. When was she sworn in? There was a dinner. There was a dinner before. When she was sworn in, that I attended. Shaquille O'Neal was there.
Shaq.
So it was like her inauguration dinner. So I'm thinking that's before 2021. So I would say
Let's
yes.
assume for purposes of my question that
Yes.
that's
January 1st,
early
2021.
January of 2021.
That is early January 2021. So yes, it will be before November. So if it was January, yes, that dinner would have been in, I'm assuming January.
Okay. And any other time that you socialized, went out to eat, went to anyone's home, you know what socialized is.
Exactly. So
Oh, stop playing, man.
I socialized with Mr. Willis. With Miss Willis and Mr. Wade.
Look, y'all confused
So,
and stuff.
prior to November 1st of 2021, did Miss Willis come to your offices? Your offices, the offices that you shared with Mr. Wade.
I think she came once or twice to our office, correct?
And the purpose for which she came?
I don't know. We had separate offices. I do recall.
Well,
I do recall some type of meeting happening at our office, and I don't know what that was about. I wasn't a part of those meetings. There was a meeting. There were other people there. There were other people from the, I want to say DA's office there, maybe.
Okay. Let's go back to the basics. Ms. Willis came to your offices. Yes, offices.
I can't
On a
believe
couple
they
different
did that
occasions.
to him like that.
I
He
recall Ms. Willis coming to my
He
office.
holding down the fort for them, man. I
And
can't
on
believe
at
this.
least one of those occasions, or you tell
Hope
us,
don't nothing happen to that man.
did Ms. Willis meet privately with Mr. Wade in his office that you observed or heard?
He's just a lawyer,
I can't
man.
recall.
You can't recall.
No.
Did she ever meet with you in your office? Ms. Willis now.
Privately in my office? No. I've never met privately in any office with her outside of signing this contract.
Did Mr. Wade, prior to November 1st of 2021, ever talk to you about socializing with Ms. Willis?
I can't recall.
You can't recall?
You're asking me if he ever mentioned to me that he socialized
With Ms. Willis, correct.
and I'm saying I cannot recall if he socialized with Ms. Will, if he ever mentioned to me that he socialized.
Did he ever mention to you that he ate or went out to dinner with Ms. Willis? Again, time period before November 1st of 2021.
Hey yo, a lot of y'all say you're hot, some of y'all in denial. Yeah, yo, how you know what she did to support her kid's son? How you know? Yeah.
Yo, long time, boy. That was a long thought. Somebody in denial.
Prior to November 1st of 2021, that he had socialized, gone out to eat, visited Miss Willis in anything other than a professional setting.
Basically trying to ask him like, yo, bro, when y'all was at the bar, did he talk about Fanny?
I don't recall any specifics of.
And he holding it like everything is attorney-client privilege.
Specific places. It's been 3 years ago. The time frame, but I do not.
He's like, so y'all all y'all friends. Y'all got a firm together. And the only thing y'all talk about is attorney-client privilege all the time.
Mentioned to you that he visited Miss Willis at Miss Willis's then current abode, which would have been a place, not her original house, but a place she was staying in the period of 2021 before November 1 of 2021. And his question is, did Mr. Wade ever tell you that he visited Miss Willis at her house?
He got it from both sides. People threatening him, then he got Trump in him down his throat and shit, man. That's
Communicating with my client also based on your
Mr. State, if you want to try and rephrase the question, you can, but otherwise that would be sustained.
On both grounds or just on the privilege ground?
Just both. I didn't hear a second ground. What
It was a hearsay ground.
Oh, that would be on privilege alone.
Did you talk to Mr. Wade at all about his relationship with Miss Willis prior to November 1st of 2021?
I think he's just laying a record, Mr. Wade. It's okay. And so on those same grounds, Mr. State, on all subsequent grounds, apparently the relationship with Miss Willis in any way is covered by privilege according to this witness.
what?
I think the key words.
He said that all everything that they talk about
to see if there are
is
communications
privilege.
that are not within the privilege.
Sure.
I can.
So then we need to acknowledge the privilege.
Anytime they talk about Fanny, was it about the
Right.
divorce?
You're
Or he was-
asking to ask it as in a way.
This is
saying,
weird.
Are there any non-privileged?
Essentially.
It's a hard
Did you
break
ever
to
communicate with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021 about Miss Willis that was not privileged?
right. Like, what up, dude?
We discussed this
I
contract.
dap up like, what up, man? How you doing today? Fanny crazy.
But
This contract.
I ain't never talked like that.
Exhibit number, please.
you said before November 2021?
Yeah, November 1st of 2021.
Before November, this contract for
See,
125.
there you go. Now he trying to.
Before that, so
He gave him
discussed
something.
This
About that. It's
contract.
crazy.
And if I remember correctly, again, just give me that exhibit number so we can reference it.
Exhibit 23.
Okay, so hold on
Ma'am.
1 second. On exhibit 23, did I understand you to say that it was Mr. Wade?
He just put that in evidence. That's crazy. Look,
In fact, brought you and Miss Willis together for the contract?
let me get him. This is why they burnt him, y'all.
That would be accurate, yes.
Okay.
They burnt him because of this right here.
What did you understand was
The
the
Trump lawyer
relationship
broke through.
at that point between Miss Willis and Mr. Wade, for Mr. Wade to be able to bring you to Miss Willis for the contract? It's not a hard question. It's
No,
fairly
I'm
simple.
just, state that again?
Mr. Wade is the one that basically says to you, go see Miss Willis about this contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a yes, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So Mr. Wade had to have some knowledge, you would assume,
Yes.
right? that you going to Ms. Willis might bring you the contract,
I
right?
never went to Miss Willis. So I stated.
Right, that's what he's saying. He's saying that, look,
I was
bro,
told
I get it.
about
I get it.
that there was a potential
Look.
contract, and that I was asked by Mr. Wade if I would be interested in doing that contract.
And my
I
question,
never.
okay,
Look,
my
listen.
question to you is, what was the basis that you understood Mr. Wade being able to essentially offer you that contract?
How
on
did
Ms.
you,
on Ms.
how did
Willis's
you,
behalf?
bro,
That's a mischaracterization.
look,
Mr. Reed offered it
basically he's saying,
express
how
interest.
did you
And also,
get
I
the
don't see
contract
the,
back in
the
2019?
relevance of this at all.
How did you get it? Who gave it to you?
Relevance or phrasing,
And whoever gave it to you, who gave it to you? Nathan gave it to you.
So the question is standing.
Who gave it to Nathan? Fanny. So that means they knew each other
You've explained
way
to us
back in
how
2019.
the
Yes.
came to you, correct? My question is, what was your understanding of the relationship of Mr. Wade and Miss Willis?
They could have been humping
for
and
it to
pumping
have been
then. Come
offered, or
on,
whatever word you want to use.
Man,
and to have said,
this man, come on.
Expressed to you
They
when you
doing
had
all
an
this
interest in the
stuff.
contract.
Come on, it's too much stuff
Mr.
they
This is
do.
no privilege of my question, so Mr. Sadal, I think you need to clarify whether.
Was it a privileged conversation that you had with Mr. Wade that let you know about the contract?
Or, it was the relationship was the question you're focused on.
Is the
Oh, I see what he doing.
I'm trying to do it in such a way, and I understand.
I see what he doing.
Was the relationship
I'm gonna break it down
that
for you.
I asked you about just now between Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis that gave rise to the contract? Did you know about that relationship as a result of an attorney-client communication?
No, I knew of that.
Basically, does that contract got anything to do with that divorce? So you was talking.
And how did you
So
know
y'all,
that?
so y'all was talking like bros, bro. What up, bro?
Municipal court judges.
Y'all wasn't talking about the divorce all the time.
Did work at some conference.
So you might not be telling the truth right there, Bradley boy. You better stop
According
playing
to
with
your
these
time
people.
period, at the time that you were representing
I know
Mr.
you
Wade,
scared, man, but you already talked to the lady lawyer on Trump team. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. I just be watching,
after
analyzing.
You had established an attorney-client relationship with Mr. Wade, correct?
Yes, but when he told me of them being at a conference, I mean, I'm not understanding how relate. I'm trying to understand your question.
Well, my question is basically, you had communications with Mr. Wade directly that
Yes.
were not attorney-client privilege, right?
I've had conversations with Mr. Wade that were not attorney-client privilege.
There
Yes.
you go. There you go. There you
I
go.
just stated
See,
that they were at a conference. I don't know.
you just said
whether
that
or
y'all
not
be
they're
having bro
involved
talk,
or
man.
not.
Well, if he's talking about her, that is, if Mr. Wade is telling you about Ms.
Like,
Willis
yo,
and Mr. Wade having met at a conference,
Franny, you be like, yo, Franny, man, Franny be coming on to me, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got
He also told me
that ain't got nothing to do with no divorce.
but he told you about Ms. Willis as well, correct?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, so there
Oh,
were
wait.
communications in which Ms. Willis was at least a topic that was not
They
covered
burnt
by
him.
attorney-client
Watch.
privilege, correct?
Not trumping them, just trying to get some information
I was told
to get the case dismissed.
And
when were you told this?
I can't remember the dates of the conference, but it was after. It would have been after
The conference, dog. They said Fanny them said the conference happened in
I want
2019.
you to understand from the record, I believe we've shown that the conference was sometime in October of 2019. Okay? So could you give us an idea, that being a fact, when you would have had this communication about meeting with Ms. Willis at
So
the
you and
conference,
Nathan
Mr.
was
Wade
talking back in
meeting Ms. Willis?
2019 about Fanny
If that's the
on some
conference
broham
that we're
stuff,
at,
dog.
yes, then I don't know how many municipal court conferences there are. I do know that at the time that I was in the firm, Mr. Wade was, he had some position with the municipal court.
Yeah, right now, my only question is time-wise, assuming it's October of 2019, when do you tend to remember? What's your best recollection of when Mr. Wade told you about?
I can't remember because I didn't even remember that it was October 2019 until you said that.
So you don't have a present recollection?
I do not remember that, no.
Had to be before the contract, though, in January of 2021, correct?
That they met?
No, that you were told about Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis meeting at the conference had to be before.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Yes, it would have been before that, yes.
Oh, wow.
So, what other communications did you have with Mr. Wade about Ms. Willis that are not privileged? We know of one, about the meeting at the conference. Are you suggesting that that's the only one you ever had about Ms. Willis that isn't?
I cannot recall.
It's not funny, man, but damn it.
I cannot recall.
You cannot recall whether there were any other communications that weren't privileged?
No.
I'll be specific, and I understand there's probably going to be objections, but I want the record to reflect. Did you have a conversation with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021 about Mr. Wade dating Ms. Willis?
Mr. Wade has risen. An objection is sustained for the record. Excuse me, Mr. Evans.
Say that again?
You don't have to answer the question, Mr. Brown. Next question, Mr. Evans.
Well, I understand it's been objected to and the court has sustained the objection. Can you tell us the circumstances in which, that is, under which Mr. Wade may have told you about dating? What I want to do is try to figure out if we can, you tell me if you want me, if I can do this. I'd like to know how the communications themselves took place, where they took place, how they took place, under what circumstance, whether he was at the time providing advice or seeking advice. So those are the basics. If I can ask you as to all those, but if the court's going to sustain the objection to those, then I don't want to waste your time.
And that's something I'll cover in camera.
Boy.
The question and your question for the record, and I'll sustain the privilege objection to that.
Okay. All of this prior to November 1st, 2021. Okay? I'm going to show you two
He's looking like
text messages.
I thought.
I don't have hard copy.
All right. Got one more to go, y'all.
The firm remained
Now this is
the same as other employees.
Fannie and them lawyer.
Level,
Now they finna throw them underneath the bus and burn them.
Correct?
That is correct.
And you termed it as a disagreement. You recall answering questions as though you left due to a disagreement. Yes?
Yes.
Now she can only know this stuff
And that
if
disagreement
Nathan
was
told her.
an allegation of sexual
Now
assault
whatever
by an
Nathan
employee
told her
against you.
was confidential with him. I'm gonna break it down.
There was not an allegation that you assaulted us, that you sexually assaulted one of the employees in the firm.
Lawyer talk is weird. They got some weird talk. You
Incorrect.
gotta decode they stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, there was an allegation that you sexually assaulted a member of the firm, correct?
Yes, there was an allegation, yes.
And as a result of that allegation, you left,
I did.
and you were no longer business partners with Mr. Wade.
That is correct.
The firm remained intact, and in fact, the employee involved remained with the firm, correct?
I'm not certain of that. They did leave the building, of course, and I don't know. Some of the employees did leave.
Mr. Bradley, you in fact paid that employee $20,000, correct?
That is incorrect as far as what was. No.
On or about the time that you left the firm, and on or about the time that the allegation of sexual assault was made against you, did you pay the person who had made the allegation of sexual assault any amount of money?
There was money left in an escrow that belonged to me. I don't know what that amount was.
I'm gonna try to break this
And did that
down.
money that
I'm
was
gonna
left in
try.
escrow that belonged
It's
to
hard
you,
to. It's hard
was
to.
that paid the employee who said that you sexually assaulted her?
I never signed any. I never gave any money. I never.
In some type of way, he just broke his
What happened to that money?
client
I can't.
attorney privileges right here.
I don't know what happened to it.
For what purpose did you leave the money in the escrow account when you left the firm?
I left the money in the escrow account.
For what purpose, sir?
There was no purpose.
You just left the money in the escrow account?
Yes.
If there's no connection to the money you left in the escrow account and the allegations of sexual assault that an employee of your firm made against you, why was it that you brought to my attention? Why'd you respond the way you did about money in an escrow account when my question was, did you pay this employee any money?
I didn't hand any
Oh,
money.
Jesus. Oh.
It was money from
Dirty.
my escrow account.
And he was helping him.
To my knowledge.
He was helping him. He was trying to help him.
Where did the money in the escrow
God,
account
dog.
go?
To the employee.
To that employee. Was there one allegation or one incident of sexual assault with this employee, Mr. Bradley, or was there more than one?
Just one incident.
There were not two.
To my knowledge, there were not two incidents. No.
I'm asking for incidents that you have been involved in. Were there two incidents where you sexually assaulted this employee?
No.
Oh,
I didn't sexual
wow.
assault anybody.
They throwing all his
Was there
garbage
another
out there,
occasion where
boy.
you paid any money as a result of an allegation of sexual assault against you?
No.
Did you sexually assault any clients of your firm?
No.
Never.
Never.
Who's Anna Rodriguez?
I don't even know their name.
You don't recall a client named Anna Rodriguez?
Anna Rodriguez? No, I do not.
Never met her.
I do not recall the name Anna Rodriguez.
Pardon me, Your Honor, I would object to this. I'm not sure what we're trying to do here. So I would object to this line of question.
All right, Ms. Cross.
Your Honor, this clearly goes to the bias that the witness has towards Mr. Wade and other individuals, his motive in his involvement. And I believe it's an appropriate avenue to pursue based on exploring his credibility.
All right, at some point, though.
I'm not
It won't.
ready to go much further.
Okay.
Judge, if this is allowed to continue in this way, it does appear a little bit harassing, then is Mr. Bradley going to be excused from his privilege because this is not...
That's what I was going to do. Don't do that yet. Just sit on it. I think she's already done that.
Your Honor, I'm asking in all seriousness, that privilege, although...
Based on the answer right now, I think now we've opened up a whole area. What he has just responded to.
Dang, they just threw him underneath the bus. His privileges has been revoked.
We'll have to address that when we go back through the run. So,
They're gonna take him back in the thing.
I'm finished.
That's crazy, y'all. See? That's what happened to Mr. Bradley down there in Atlanta. He was on. So basically, check this out. This is what happened. This is what I think will happen. I don't really know because I'm not a lawyer like that. But this is what I think will happen. Fanny and them and Nathan and them, while Trump team was asking them all them questions, they kept that. They waited for the moment and see if he had. If Trump and them team can slide through, and Trump lawyer kind of slid through there, you know, and so since he slid through there, these probably some dirty people. It's a mean world out there, man. So since he slid through, so they was gonna burn him anyway, probably. So they used him. For when Trump and them asking the questions, they used them for that time period. So all the questions and stuff, he can't say nothing. And then when Trump lawyer got through a little bit, They're like, oh, we gotta get rid of him. Cause they ain't friends no more. They ain't nothing no more. And then how you know about that dude? How you know about the sexual assault things? Somebody had to tell you. I wonder who told you. Who told you? Nathan ain't. I mean, let me be. You know what? YouTube, I'm out of here, man. Y'all be careful out here. And don't forget, check me out. Check me out. Irv Zep Tappy. Yeah. We back in the building, y'all. They threw him underneath the bus. They used him to be quiet for a little bit. But now, I don't know. They got to go back in the judge room, and the judge got to make a decision. So I guess we're gonna find out in a little while what's gonna happen. He might take the stand again. Trump and them might, I don't know what they call it. They might re-question him, and then his whole life is on the line now. Like, literally. Hope nobody do nothing to that man. I don't know. Did he sexual assault them people? He might have. I don't know. I'm not down there. I don't know. If he did, dude, you shouldn't have did that. See, I'm from what's, like I said, whatever makes sense. Whatever makes sense. So, and then again, if you didn't, you see how they set you up, right? Shit. As well spill the beans on them. Zep Teppy. We out.
They like, oh, he done did it. Look, you tryna be amazing. You ain't care when LeBron did it. Put the song on the air so the world can hear it. Wait a minute, I'll be there in the instant. Hey, yo, here I come, baby.